hear all of these people, one after another, saying these fantastic things, and it's not your funeral. It's not even a retirement, you're changing jobs. Let's be thankful for that. Well, I'm honored to be able to be here too, Mark, to say some things. Actually, I've said most of them to you privately in the last couple of weeks, but now it's nice to be able to say it right out in front of everybody. Daryl's comments really struck me, and they were very similar to my thoughts just flying down here today. That is that, in addition to being very smart and extremely capable, and having this breadth and depth of knowledge and experience, you have this way of working with people. I think one of the most beautiful things I observed about you is the way you work with people is graceful. You have a graceful way of moving people to do something. And that to me is leadership when it's an art form. There's a lot of different kinds of leadership that we've certainly seen, and we see today. That's not an art form. That's an art form. And it's an art form because it not only works, in the short term, but it lasts in the long term. It's just a beautiful thing. I now, in my current work with about 600 mental health directors around. And Marv Southard is the best that I ever had. Intelligence and the wisdom and so forth, but it's a lot because of the art form, how to bring out the best in people, how to move them and make them invested in the answer, and you're just marvelous at that. And all of this is in service of something. It's in service of helping others. And in a world that seems to me to be so surrounded, we're surrounded every second, it seems like, with the values of material gain and accomplishment, which are fun, but they're not fulfilling. They're false values in terms of being fulfilling. That you're doing that is why we love you. That you've taken all of this ability, this extraordinary capacity, and you're doing it to help others. And you're doing it to help others who are suffering. I want to share with all of you a thought I have about this. To help others, in fact, is at the core of almost every spiritual tradition on earth. It's not just the monotheistic, Semitic religions of the Middle East, but the ancient mystics of India, the Sufis, if anybody's ever read Rumi, the Native American populations all over the world, Native populations, indigenous populations all over the world. I heard a talk by Thich Nhat Hanh, the great Buddhist monk out of Vietnam, from 2 years ago. And he said, to help others who are suffering, suffer just a little bit less, is one of the most noble things you can do in your life. And I absolutely believe that, and it's one of the most fulfilling things. But if you tie that together with the particular kind of suffering that people in this room are concerned about, it's the suffering of the human mind. And I always wondered when I was a legislator, and I'm sure I know that Daryl has run into this, a great mental health leader in the political realm. Why it was so hard for so many of our colleagues to embrace this issue? And it is. I mean, for many. Daryl and I have experienced it many times that they just kind of want to shrink. You can't even begin the conversation about it. And it finally occurred to me that the reason that is because mental illness is so personal and it's so human. It strikes to the center of what makes us human: consciousness, our human consciousness, the ability to be aware that we are aware. And that's something that is so unique and so deeply intimate and personal that I think for some, it makes them uncomfortable and they want to recoil away. They don't know what to do about it. It's disturbing. But for others, they realize, like everyone in this room, it's one of the most powerful things you can do in your life is to help somebody who's suffering is about their humanness, the thing that makes them human. And so that's why you're seeing this huge outpouring of love, is that everyone here knows that you devoted your considerable talent after I just gotten reelected. And, but it was a marvelous thing for me. And I think it'll be a marvelous thing for you, because you'll find it awakens a whole new set of things that are creative opportunities for you. My father once told me when I was about ready to change jobs, he says, you want to do something that you can take your entire accumulated experience and then do something that couldn't be done without that. And that's where you're going right now. You're going to take all of that and do something that can't be done without it in terms of working with young people and shaping their lives. So all the best to you, and know that this outpouring of love is for a very, very sound and solid reason, and we're very glad you're alive.